All right. John works as part of the sales team. He earns a basic rate of €12.60 per hour. In addition to his hourly pay, he earns a 22% commission on any sales he makes above €200 each week. During a particular week, Sean worked 45 hours. So lads, get your 45 and multiply that by your 12.60. Okay. So we're 45 by our 12.60. €567. Now, how many sales did he make? He made €350 sales. Now, the deal is that the first 200 sales he gets no commission on. Does everyone understand that? He can make €200 in sales, he gets no commission. But he made €350 in sales. So what's 350 take 200? 150 of that is commissionable. So we're going to get that 150 and we're going to take 22% commission off it. Oh, lads, somebody do 22% of that for me. And then add it on to your 500. On the money. And then when you add them together, €600. Okay. All right, gents. We got €600 net. Okay. And like me, I always doubt I'm correct, so I always have the market scheme on demand. 600, we're in business. Let's move on. That goes for 10 marks right there. Lads, we'll take those 10 marks. We've passed the question already. We've already passed. Okay. Now the excellent. Let's keep going. During the following week, John works 51 hours. This includes a 3-hour Sunday shift. And if he works on a Sunday, he receives 1.5 times the basic rate. So put it this way, 48 hours are regular. Would you agree with that? What's our regular hourly rate again? $12.60. Lads, 3 of the hours are what we call time and a half. So you're going to multiply it by 1.5 times €12.60. Why are you doing that? You get 1.5 times 12.60, don't you? If you really want, you can sort of put that in as 1.5 times 12.60, and what is it? It's €18.90. So it's 3 by €18.90 if you really want to do it that way. Okay. Did he make any sales this week? This is interesting. All right, this is a hard question. All right, lads, can you tell me what the top one is? 48 times that. And we get €604.80. Okay. Oh, I'm not. Sorry. €18.90 is 1.5 times that. Sorry. €18.90 multiplied by 3, €56.70. Now, this is a tricky question, guys. Okay, it's very tricky. So, and we get €661 and how many? 50 cents. Okay, now guys, here's the problem. How short are we of our 713? So at the end of it, we have €713.20. But we forgot to add on our commission. And our commission is in here. So take one away from the other to get your commission. You got 51.70? Awesome. Now here's the deal. Okay? They don't want to know that. What they want to know is how many sales we made this week. What percentage of sales is that 51.70? It's 22%. So you know that 22% of your sales is €51.70. Find out what 1% is by dividing by 22, and then find out what 100% is by multiplying by 100. So get your 51.70, which is 22% of your sales, divided by 22, and that tells you what that tells you what 1% is, and then multiply that by 100, and that'll tell you what all your sales are. Any questions about that? You sure? €235 in sales. Oh, cool. It's an actual question. Okay, gents. John. So that's John's gross salary. So your gross salary is €713.20. Okay. What happens is you get taxed at two different rates. First of all, you're going to get taxed at 20%. Okay. Now, what happens is your first €678. See this €713.20. It's broken up into two parts. The first €678, it's charged at 20%. Now we're going to get our 713.20, and we're going to take away 678. And lo and behold, the €35.20 that's left over, that's going to be charged at 40%. Is that okay? Get 20% of 678. I go 678 multiply by 20, and I use the percent button usually, which is above the answer sign. 135.60. Okay. Now we have tax at 40%. Now, how do you calculate tax at 40%? 35.20 multiplied by 40%, yeah? Yep. €14.08. Add those two numbers together to get what you call gross tax. Gross tax is the amount of tax you're meant to spend. Okay. That there is your gross tax. Any questions so far? Nextly, tax credit is quite simply, excuse me, tax credit is simply tax you don't pay. Okay? So tax credit is €26, and you take it away from your gross tax. This is what's known as income tax or tax payable, whichever one you want to call it. Income tax is tax you're actually going to pay. Lads, income tax is tax you don't pay. You're meant to pay 149.68. Can't pay that because you have tax credit. So you're only going to pay €123.68. Is that all right? We all cool? Now, what does the question want from us? Just wants the net income. Oh man, this was a gimme. Get your gross salary and take away your income tax, and you'll get what's called net salary or net income, whatever you want to call it. So what happens when you take the two of them away from each other? $589.52. Check your marking scheme. Just give me 1 second. I'll go back to it now in a second. 589.52. I hope that's what I got. Yeah, all good. Full marks. Well, yeah, business maths is this one here. I'd hope is easy money for the following reasons. Count up in twos, or sorry, count up in fours first. You go 4, 8, 12. Count up in threes, 3, 6, 9, 12. And now you know that if you count up in twos, you'll also get 12. Turn them all into 12s. Go. Let's turn everything into 12. Multiply the bottom by 6, top by 6. Bottom by, top by 4, bottom by 3, and top by 3. Ready? So we're going to multiply them all out. 6 times 9x. 6 times 6. 36. 12x and 4 times 14. 56. 3 times 9x. 27x. Now lads, do me a favour. Just put the 12s underneath because they actually give marks for a common denominator. They go common denominator reached, the 10 marks. So they're very good for that. Even though we're not going to use them, are they? We're not going to use the 12s on the bottom because they don't matter. They're on both sides, so they don't matter. Yeah, exactly. If I said x over 12 equals 3 over 12, what could you tell me x is? Exactly, so the 12s didn't even matter. That's basically what we're saying. Okay, now lads, we're going to ignore the top, all right, and this will go for 10 marks. 12x plus 27, 39x minus 56. Now, lads, hopefully I'm teaching you guys the same way, is write down the stuff you don't move. What are you not going to move? You're not going to move to 54 because you want the x's on the left. Is the 36 going to move? And is that 39 going to move? So the 56 doesn't move either, does it? No. Write down the ones you're not moving. Okay? Now write down the ones you did move. What happened to the 39x? Yeah. And the 36 plus 36. Okay. You might think you're wrong, but you're not. That's going to be 15x, and that's going to be minus 20. And then what happens then? Now write down what you're not moving. What are you not moving? You're not moving the x, and you're not moving the 20. 15, where does it go? It's multiplication on the left equals division on the right. Unfortunately, I got 9 out of 10. Anybody tell me why? Put it into the calculator. Calculator will spit it back out as minus 4 over 3. Just make sure the fraction is fully broken down. If you aren't sure about that, it's like this. Minus 20 over 15 minus 4 over 3. Okay. This is called simultaneous equations. One linear, one quadratic. Okay. Let me explain. This is the quadratic. Can anybody tell me why is the yellow one the quadratic? It's got a squared and it has x multiplied by y. 2 reasons. Why is this one referred to as the linear? Anybody know? No squares. Okay. Now, generally, simultaneous equations generally look like this. Simultaneous equations are generally two linears. Okay. Does everybody remember what we used to do? We used to add downwards, didn't we? And we get 5x equals 15. And we're like, oh, no bother, x equals 3, easy peasy. This isn't that type of, that is two linears. This is one linear and one quadratic. It's different. So here's what you do. You go to the linear, which is the blue one, and you choose to get one letter on its own. There is no wrong choice, but there is a hard way and an easy way. Let me explain. If I move the y to the right and the 4 to the left, what do I get? 3x minus 4 equals y. Does everybody see that? That's option A. I get y on its own. Option B would be I get x on its own. What happens if I get x on its own? What would it look like? So bring the y to the other side, and you get 4 plus y divided by 3. 4 plus y over 3. At ordinary level, you have a choice. You do not have to do fractions. This option B is the fraction option, which is considerably more difficult than option A. Did everybody get that? Always choose the one that doesn't give you a fraction. At honors level, sometimes there's not a choice. At ordinary, there's always a choice. So would everybody be happy that we're all getting y on its own and not x on its own? Both options are correct. It's just that one of them is considerably harder than the other one. Is that okay? So I'm going to pretend that option B doesn't exist. Okay. Now, what do I do with option A? I've used the blue equation. Blue equation is used. What do I need to do to the yellow equation? Sub it in for which letter? Lads, sub it in for y. And this passes you. If you actually replace that y in there, you've pretty much passed the question. Okay? That's how easy it is to pass these things. Now, lads, what do we replace y with again? Good use of language there, lads. Now, 4x squared, what about this here? Minus 9x squared, yeah. Plus, and then I'll bring that 4 to your side, is that right? Okay. What now, lads? We're going to hit up our good old friend, the minus b formula, I reckon. Do you want to multiply both sides by minus? Just to have it as a positive x squared? You don't have to. So, lads, you get the same answer. If you guys use a equals minus 5, b equals 12, and c equals minus 4, you'll get exactly the same answer as a equals 5, b equals minus 12, and c equals 4. Both answers are exactly the same. It doesn't matter which one you use. It doesn't matter if you use option A or option B here, okay? It doesn't matter which one you use. Now, I'm going to do the minus b formula. Generally speaking, whatever goes into your calculator goes onto your test. You got that? Okay, so let's try it out. I suppose for the people at home who don't know the minus b formula, God knows there's probably a few. All right, lads, get the old calculator out and type it into the minus b formula. You know, both sides by minus 1. Okay, press the fraction button first. Okay, press the fraction button first and go minus b will be plus 12. I'm using the bottom option, not the top option. Okay, I'm not using that one. I'm using the bottom one. Okay, 12 plus square root. What else do we have here? B squared, isn't it? Am I getting an answer? Am I getting an answer in the calculator? I got 2 for the plus answer and 2 over 5 for the minus answer. Lads, I've done everything to perfection, but I'm on 13 out of 50 and I've lost 2 marks. Explain why. Didn't find the y values. The y value is 3 times the x value take away 4. How do I know that? Do you remember at the beginning we said y equals 3x take away 4. So you have to do this twice. 3 times 2 take away 4. And then you have to do 3 times 2 over 5 take away 4. I believe so at the end, yeah. So y equals 2. So when x equals 2, y equals 2. And when x equals 2 over 5, y will equal 3 times 2 over 5. Take away 4. Let do all the work for me. Minus 14 over 5. There are my 2 answers. Is that all right, you guys? That question is rated quite highly. It's quite